Hey people, I hope everybody is doing well today. Wanted to pop in and talk about some of the events that have been going on within the celebrity world, I guess. I know there was a recent death here in my city of Takeoff from Migos, and while I'm not completely familiar with all of them, the most prominent one, of course, Offset, that I'm familiar with in some shape or form because of his connection to Cardi. But I feel like it literally hit close to home because it was close to where I stay myself, and it was just, I woke up to see that he had been, unalived, literally blocks from where I was. And I was like, wow, this person passed so senselessly and so close to home. I gotta, speak on it because it's just been a barrage of celebrities that have just been passing away, especially in the hip-hop community. And I saw a video of Russell Simmons talking about that, and he was trying to reflect as an elder in that industry, on how, in his words, it seems as if the chickens have come home to roost. And while he was explaining that, it kind of dawned on me to speak on how the culture that we live in has been pushing so much negative, so much destructive, so much toxic energy in this world for so many years, for decades. And to no true consequence on the level that we've seen in the past 3 to 4 years or so, maybe 5. And it's only getting worse. It seems to be becoming more and more prominent that we find these celebrities, passing on. And mind you, our day-to-day lives, there's people passing away rapidly as well, but we don't get to see that. It's not plastered all over the news all the time. Like he was mentioning in Chicago how 14 children and just recently passed away over the Halloween weekend. And even on a day-to-day, there's so many lives that get lost and we don't hear anything about it. There's no news source of who these people are that are passing away. There's nothing. It's just they're a number. They're in a number of masses that pass away due to gun violence or some type of destructive behaviors on a regular basis. And what resonated with me with what he was saying in that revelation was how when he was in that community, and I guess now he's more focused on being a yogi and being more spiritual or whatever he's doing these days, I don't know, but he's removed himself in a way, I guess. And he said even when he was in that era of promoting that type of culture, he was, always scraping for money for these programs that impacted the community in positive light. And how it was him and, a few other people that would always be scrounging to make sure these funds and got to these programs to help uplift the youth, to promote positivity and things of that nature. But he was saying more people needed to be doing that. And I was thinking, in a way, you still contribute to the outcomes that negative energy that you were supporting produced. You contributed to that. That was something you do. It doesn't make sense that you would have one hand in the destructive and toxic culture that's bringing down women, that's bringing down youth and promoting this violence, yet on the other hand, you're promoting upliftment of the youth and upliftment of the women and the culture that you're, on the other hand, tearing down. You see how that it gives a lot of it's like you're canceling out what you're doing in the day-to-day lives of these members of your community. It's kind of like the drug dealer that goes and sells drugs to his community, yet uses the money that he's gaining from those drug sales to build a community center, so that those same kids can be able to have after school programs or things to, keep them involved in positive activities. It's still drug money. Someone died. Someone went to jail. Someone harmed the mother of their child or their own family members because of those drugs. Like, it's very counterintuitive is maybe what I'm thinking, but it doesn't make sense. We have to understand that most of the time, the things that we do, everything we do, will have a reaction and a consequence, whether it be positive or negative. You can't one hand have your hand praising the demonic and destructive energies, and then at the end of the day come home and try to be positive and say, oh, I praise God and I revere him. You can't serve two masters. There's no way. It doesn't work that way. You can't. At some point, everything you put out into this world is going to come back. You're going to reap what you sow. That's how God has it set up. That's how he has it set up. We're not going to get away from that. And maybe now that people are realizing possibly that, there's life and death in the power of the tongue. Absolutely. Things that you say, whether it's in, it's in casual or it's in fun, you're speaking those things into existence one way or another. And all of these lyrics that people have been putting out for decades, all of this violence they've been inciting, all of this destructive, promiscuous behavior, all of this just wayward activity that everybody's been speaking on and thinking it's all in entertainment, it's all, just fly by night, don't focus on that. No, you're seeing that that's what it's producing. That's what it's brought out into reality. And I just always have a problem with people who, especially elders, who promote all of this pimp culture, gang culture, this pump and dump culture, this, disrespectful behavior, and then want to come back and try to act as if, oh, the whole time I was promoting that, I was also doing this and this and this. No, double-mindedness is what that gives to me. It gives double-minded. You cannot be good and bad at the exact same time and think the good is going to outweigh that bad. No, you're going to see the consequences of that bad just like you're maybe not seeing the consequences of the good on as high of a scale. That's just not how it works. And I wish more people would figure that out, and I wish more people would speak on this, because I would prefer, just like he was saying towards the end of his video, that we move more towards the good. You have to put out good in order to see good. That's just, it's inevitable. We have to start moving more towards being more God conscious and make sure that our actions are aligning with the will of God versus aligning with the will of the enemy. Because when you're not doing what God has in place for you to do in your life, you're by default promoting what the enemy is putting out. That's just how it works. There's no middle ground anymore. And we're seeing that you have to pick a side now. There's no such thing as I'm just going to straddle the line and say, oh, I want to do this. I want to have my toe over here in the toxic culture, but also have my toe over here in the good because, gotta have fun. No, No, everything has to either be on one side or it has to be on the other. That's just how it works. There's no such thing as being lukewarm anymore, guys. This isn't the time for that. So, I don't know. I wanted to speak on that. My condolences to his family and friends that are affected by this, but we really got to start being more mindful of how we carry ourselves, the things we say, the actions we're taking, and what we promote, guys. This is not the time anymore to continue promoting these behaviors in this culture that is not breeding any type of positivity into our day-to-day lives. So just wanted to say that. I know this might be a long video, but hopefully you guys understand what I was coming from, and I will try to hit you guys again with another video soon. Bye.